Some shady to some the little shady good about it. Please stand up, but please stand up. I'm some shady, some real shady. Alright, apparently I'm live. 10 seconds in live, let's find out. I'm some shady, some real. Oh no, that got on stream. Oh no, that's bad. That song was stuck in my head. No. Alright, apparently I'm live. You can all go to mute, thank you. That was not supposed to get on stream. Cool. Nice to know. Me singing a random Eminem song that was stuck in my head is now going to be forever cemented onto my channel. Alright, apparently... No, you can be muted as well. I don't want to hear me say it for the third time. Bit doop. No. Also, I need to reset the yawn counter. Streaming, I have a counter in the corner of my streams called the yawn counter, because I yawn a lot. The most I've gotten up to is, I think, 18. In a single hour. Yeah. Madam. Sorry, me and I have created a weird tongue that we talk to each other in. It's just a bunch of random beat-ups and bad-ups. But it works. So... Pretty sure that's the right link. It is, sweet. Okay, so that's all set. I already have the game open today, there's a reason for that. Yeah, that's in. Okay, guys. Alrighty, Lightning29 here, and in today's video, or today's stream, sorry, I almost hit my fan, that would have been bad. In today's stream, I'm back with another... Hang on, is music working? Okay, audio is working. I'm back with another DDLC video stream thing. In today's stream, we are doing the side story, because we're almost on those, so I'm probably going to finish them before getting back to 100% runs. So, that is good, even though these are actually needed for the 100% runs. Actually, how far am I? I'm at 84% done. Very, very close. Because what are we missing? We're missing one wallpaper, which I dare say I'm going to get from one of the two things coming up. Probably this one. One poem, which I think I might get from the next one, because I think the next one's about Sayori, and she said she likes poems. Oh, never mind. Natsuki and Yuri. So yeah. The next one's probably going to be from them. That's going to get the poem, meaning side story is got. This one's probably going to get the wallpaper. This one's probably going to get the poem. Obviously the CGs, I have no idea how the hell we're supposed to get the last two, considering these two are clearly going to be locked to the final two side stories. 3 secret poems, meaning we have to play Act 2 again, and hope we get lucky enough to just get them on the first attempt. 1 more background, which I think is going to come from the self-love side story. Promo art, I have no idea how to get any of this. Oh, that's not promo, this is sketches. I have no idea how to get these, and I have a slight idea how to get the first 4, not the last 2. So, because I'm pretty sure for the top 4, hang on, just down, please. Down, thank you. Yeah, these 4, I need to write a poem for each of the girls a separate time in Act 1, in one save file. Which theoretically should be easy. What's this? Oh, yeah. But yeah, so this one's side story is Reflection. And it's between Yuri and Monika. I would have thought we already had one of those, but no, it was Sayori and Yuri last time. I'm tired. There's the yawn counter. Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah, so we've already had the Natsuki and Yuri one, which I kind of thought was the Yuri and Monika one, but apparently not. So let's go and start Reflection Part 1. What a way to start. Am I bothering you? No? Also, this is way too loud. There you go. No. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look like... It always looks... Come on, I've been reading all day. Why does my brain want to die on me now? Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. It makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. Makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize, even if it takes a little bit less poodling. Brooding. Not poodling. What's poodling? Poodling's not good. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work. So it can be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone's being too silly to keep up with me. To keep up with you. Fuck. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Sayori and Natsuki. Sayori has her head has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air. But the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need. They just ran out of a cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayori seems particularly good at making that happen. But the two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault since I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I've probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends? I just read. Oh. But I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes. Do you always read fantasy? Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of the series. There are still 2 more books after this one. Sounds very similar to someone else I know, who is a loner and just reads at lunch all the time reading a singular series. I wonder who that could be! There are 2 more books after this one. I guess long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading. Well, fantasy may be my favourite, but after that I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres I read. Anything with depth and maturity. Oh yeah? Even like romance? There are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them. Oh, come on, Yuri, you know what I mean. Monika lowers her voice. Nah, I'm going to pause right there because my dog wants out. Yeah, I'm letting you out. You don't need to growl at me. There is a person here. Oh, I still have a packet of chips. Huh. Oh well, thought I ate all of those. Apparently, I was wrong. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do. Too. ... Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely and people were mean to me a lot. So I just kind of felt like, please don't make me think about the past. Sorry, I just get super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. Absolutely not. Really? Even if it's just between us? Try asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki. Ouch. Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that. Well, I guess it's my fault for pressing you. I'm like that to things in my class too, you know? Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience. Isn't everyone like that? Get all weird whenever a sensitive topic from their past comes up? There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests. It makes me think that she will likely grow out of it too. Oh, speak of. Hey, were you talking about me? No, we were just... Oh, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years. When did you get into manga, Natsuki? Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going die hard until then. Oh yeah? But what was it that inspired you to get into it? Get more into it? I don't know. I guess, let me think. It was after I discovered the series that I really liked. Yeah, it was like really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series, and I really related to it. I guess I had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me and wanted to be by myself. Your face is not happy. She's taking a direct stab at you, isn't she? Hey, kind of like Yuri. Oh, no, you're joining in as well. Yeah, that's a fair response. Sorry. That's completely wrong, so... It's still cool that you both really found your thing. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they have helped you through a lot of hard times. You know it. What the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading? It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much. How high do you think it would go if we stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand above her head, sizing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those manga stacks that like 50 volumes long, so I can say I've read more than you. Not that I have the memory for that. Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page. I know, I was just joking. I can never actually read books like yours, that's too boring for me. Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki. It's not boring. Chill, I said for me, not for you. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. Why can I not pronounce simple words, but when it comes to something like convoluted, I say that perfectly without stuttering? What is wrong with my mind? It's like, I struggle with, like this sentence. They're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they've helped you through a lot of hard times. And then, fuck, I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted. How can I say that perfectly and struggle with other stuff? My mind does not work, I swear. Sayori? I wouldn't say talking like a girl.
You did a high-pitched voice.
Not on purpose. Anyway, I'm just currently contemplating how fucked my mind is, because I'm struggling to say some of these sentences, and then I go and say this first time. I can have my own opinion, I just think it's too convoluted.
What the fuck is convoluted?
Complex. Probably another way to say it. And yet I struggle with something like, this. Please, that would hardly count if your books only have a few words per page. And yet I can say something like convoluted completely fine. Convoluted, something complex. Hard to read. Is that a good way to point it out? I don't know.
I mean, my words, yes, because I'm pretty dumb.
I'm not saying otherwise. Please close my door. Alright. Sayori, are those from the floor? Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books. But my hands aren't dirty. Just do it. The oils are there even if you can't see them. Fine. Sayori trots out the door and Natsuki follows. ... Yeah, you must be embarrassed. You just got stabbed like twice. Not as many times as you did in the story, but this was also a different type of stabbing, thankfully. You look a little upset. What kind of nerve does she have to call my hobby boring? Well, she did correct herself. Hardly, she was condescending. Again. Fuck. Why is it the more complex and complicated words condescending? The other word that I'm currently having a mind blank on, so this is a weird analogy. The one I've been going on about for like the past 2-ish minutes, I can say those perfectly, and yet it gets to just this really long sentence of normal words, and I struggle and stutter. It's just, the fuck is wrong with my mind? I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone. But she knows how much... Case in point. Case in fucking point. This sentence right here. But she knows well how much these mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me that things you hate about it? I'm sorry, Yuri. You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in a literature club, so I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books, and also the ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you. Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. Well, the next chapter would make sense if it was respect, because the next chapter is Yuri and Natsuki, I think. Let me check that. Yes, exit. Yeah, the next chapter I'm pretty sure next chapter is Yuri and Natsuki, and it's self-love. But I'm not even that far into it, am I? You know, I'm really not. Holy shit. That then, either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, but I'm skeptical. End of day 1. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the literature club is a place where we get to share things that we are really passionate about. But that also means we should be mindful about how we respond to each other's feelings. I think that we have a chance to turn up. That's number 2. Okay. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused of something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came off that way. But our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the literature club, don't you think? You're blushing. You're embarrassed. I'm sure we're going to have differences in opinion a lot, so I need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. Everything, basically everything. Fuck. Everything, anything, that kind of both work either way, I suppose. Maybe? For example, Sayori, what's your favorite food? I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or just full meals? Should I include breakfast? Oh jeez. Okay, what about your favorite fruit? That's easy, cherries. Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty. What? Cherries are delicious! Whoa, that's a pretty strong reaction. Well, I just didn't understand how someone could think cherries are nasty. How does that make you feel? I don't know, sad? Defensive? Maybe? Yeah, I got defensive. See, the reason you had such a strong reaction wasn't just because I didn't like cherries, it's because you felt like your opinion was under attack. But that's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. But when I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm challenging Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which are cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty. Good! So, what if, instead of that, I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy. Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word. Okay, so cherries was a kind of weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about cherries, I just talked about feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. I mean, she kinda did with that whole nasty is a nasty word. I don't know why, but most of Sayori's lines are either completely sad and depressing or absolutely fucking hilarious. There's no middle ground. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we've received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not going to quiz you or something. I know that. Just casually taking notes in the background. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have put all my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. Your choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. I'm only suggesting it as a tool to help you turn your defenses into a posture experience rather than an argument. Right, Sayori? I'm yours! Dawn counter goes up to 3. Whatever you say, cherry hater. Oh, come on. Sorry, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help the demonstration. What the heck? I've been duped! I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae? You are welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president. Oh no. Buying people's loyalty. How deplorable. Oh, like you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You're suddenly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough, we're getting off topic. So now that we have to get the gist of it, how about we try with something more relevant to the club? Like manga, right? Let's try and have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, no. Aw, how come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. You're number 4! That makes number 4. It's just going to start a fight. No, it'll be fine. That's why I'm here to moderate. Let's just have a calm and rational decision. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child, you don't have to cuddle my feelings. I always think I'm more respectful to just speak your mind. Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at the word. As Monika recalls, being respected at was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally, you're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you want. I just prefer more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well, that's just a misunderstanding then. I thought you were going to say that manga's for children or something, like I didn't hear enough of that. But there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on, can I jump in here? Let's try to keep this subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then you aren't you then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? Maybe? Like, dot dot dot, dot dot dot, blank. I love blank. Just, not even a dot dot dot, it's just... Okay, we talk now. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki. Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy, and I love them both in their own ways. Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me. That's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about... That is ridiculous. Do you see why I don't want to participate in this? I know I was just going to make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. I've always got... Rule number 5! I love your number. Just yawning so much that it's become a habit. But I always get the impression you secretly look down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all, you're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me just for being myself and trying to mind my own business. Sorry, I need to check something tomorrow. For school, okay. What? Have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling my interest immature. You can't... Please, stop. Oh no, she's crying. That is bad. Oh, and Monika looks distraught as well. Please? You don't mean the things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends. ... is better than blank. Just gonna throw that out there. I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please, don't invite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence. As she gathers her things, she leaves. Holy crap! I've never heard her sound like that before. She must be pissed. Well, you weren't very nice either, so... I was just saying... How did this happen? It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflict. It was a really stupid thing of me to do. It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everybody in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love. Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down on me. It has nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you were trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk about it to each other, right? I mean, Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you give her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I actually think everyone should. It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow. I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems. This wasn't your fault. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out. Because I can just move on now. But... it's fine, I promise. Let's just hang on. Let's just get off our... Let's just get our mins. Yes, mins, not minds, it's mins. Let's just get our minds off this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about feeding Yuri's superiority complex. Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga or whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay? Oh, she looks like she's gonna cry again. Okay. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay. I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people. Number 6! Say hello to number 6. Good people and we don't hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monika says that, but her uneasiness is given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of everyone, and this is the reason. As Sayori and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monika sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really just have to come to terms with the fact that some of its members will be incompatible with each other? Monika desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sayori doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. We done with part 1? We are. Oh shit, okay, we got 3 new things. Obviously, new story of Reflection Part 2. We actually got mail. Issues caused by unprotected memory. Has anyone evaluated the side effects that might be caused by sharing a memory pool between multiple VMs, rather than allocating them separately? I'm looking at some of the VM1 files it's generating, and I'm finding some information that definitely shouldn't be there. I haven't seen any evidence that this is actually affecting them inside the VM itself, so I don't think this is a priority, but it's definitely worth noting. My best guess is that memory being fed from VM2 isn't getting zeroed out, which technically gives VM1 access to it. All the info I have will go into the issue tracker, but I wanted to check if anyone else already noticed something along these lines. Alright, that's not interesting at all. Piece by Piece is the new one, yes? No. Dusk. No, that's Teamwork? Trying to figure out what the new... I have no idea what the hell the new songs are. I should probably be paying attention, but quite frankly, I can't care. Do not mean to open the files. Side stories. How far in are we? Oh, 31 minutes. That's easy. You're number 7! Okay. We're approaching the double digits. I will be back before we start Reflection Part 2, because I just need to go check something real quick, so give me about 10-ish, or 3-ish minutes. I was going to say 10 seconds, but I'll be gone for longer than 10 seconds. Okay, that took a little longer than expected. Sorry, I just had a slight little conversation with my sister that I'm probably not going to bring up on stream because I could get in a lot of trouble for it by people if they ever watch this, but considering what this game actually is, being a psychological horror game about girls and a dating sim, I dare say not many people would ever watch this. But still, I'm not going to bring up what the hell we were arguing about. For the odd chance someone does and I get yelled at for my political views again. Alright, anyway, let's begin. A new day arrives. I didn't grab any coke. My throat is dry as fuck. Ah well, I'm going to have to deal with this for the rest of the stream. Sayuri arrives at the club room earlier than usual. This is not late. And she enters. It appears to be still empty. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sayuri has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible. It also tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry. Oh, we're gonna get, next poem now. My heart feels vaccinated because a ship sealed away. Vacant because a ship sealed... Fucking... Fuck. My heart feels vacant because a ship sealed away. Sailed away. My heart feels vacant because a ship sailed away. Is that so hard? Yo! Natsuki! Natsuki pokes her head from behind the closet door. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. But I would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I doubt you want me listening in on your poetry thing. Yeah, thanks for realizing that. Should I let you finish that up then? Oh no, I wasn't. I mean, just do whatever, it's convenient. You're not interrupting. Where's Monika, by the way? Oh, she's out in the hallway. Why? It's just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the club room by herself, so... Jeez, does Yuri really let things bother her for that long? She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head. No, I think that's 7. No, that's already 7. That's 8. Yeah. Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while, but as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back. No. I just want us to have normal club meetings. It's a little easier to pretend like it never happened if we just all ignore it and move on. I just don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid, her opinion doesn't matter anyways. Besides, it makes me feel like I'm really guilty, and I hate that. It's okay to have feelings, it doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together. Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff. Let's try and come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from. Well, I was happy with the way that things were before we had that conversation yesterday. What part of the conversation made you upset? Was it Yuri being mean about the manga? Maybe. I doubt it though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. But something about it really got to me this time, and I hate it that I'm letting that happen. It's because it came from Yuri. No, why would that matter? I mean, well, maybe. I just hate that she thinks it's so much better than me, that she's so much better than me just because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. I've gone back to not knowing how to pronounce complex words. Yeah, that's what it is. At least other people decide that they don't like me or manga or whatever, but Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance. I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance. Yeah, exactly. Would you give Yuri's books a chance? After this? Obviously not. What about before this? I would until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated. I see. But you know I like Yuri's books. Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Sayori shakes her head. I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good, quiet time together with it. The most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think that there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. It just feels like maybe they have more in common than you would think. How did you get along with everyone so well? I'm exiting real quick. Reflection. Okay, I do be dumb idiot. How do you get along with everyone so well? I always get into fights with people. Like, first it was with Monika when I was new to the club, and then it was with you, and now it's Yuri. I'm always like, oh, wait, she got into a fight with Sayori? Okay, now I have a reason to leave. When did she get into a fight with Sayori? Oh yeah, the balance thing, that's right. Because they couldn't find a good balance between friendship and... Yeah, I'm remembering now. That was literally the last stream I did last week. How have I already forgotten that? I feel like an idiot. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody's just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. And I don't know why, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it. Natsuki? Sayori puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder. You're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes that makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we can get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other, or to get the communication wrong. It's something that Yuri struggles a lot with too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of the reflection and self-awareness. Reflection! Isn't that what this is called? Wait. Did I not name the stream? I didn't name the stream. I'm a fucking idiot. I didn't name the stream. I just deleted the title of the stream. Yeah, this is Reflection. I just looked down to see what the title of the stream's called, and my dumb fuck of a self completely forgot to even put it in. Oh my god, that's how you know I'm retarded. Alright, well, I have the title of the stream in now. If you want to refresh the page to see that, you can go do that. Oh, Mitchell's gonna tear into me for this, like he did last time. I forgot to put the part number in. It can really be hard and takes lots of work. Lots, like reflection and self-awareness. And vulnerability. I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability. I always have to be the strongest. What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you. Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like my room isn't clean. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? If I let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like something goes wrong, and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry and I find ways to blame everything else instead. Do you see yourself better than Yuri? Dot dot dot. If I said that, then I would just sound really full of myself. That's true. No. Our thoughts and feelings are two different things. Even if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand them if we want to learn more about them. That's part of vulnerability, you know? Accepting that we have feelings that we don't like. My feelings make me a bad person. Because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and that... Wait, have I been reading? I hate that, my feelings make me a bad person. I don't know if I just mind blanked on reading or not, but for some reason my mind has died, and I can't remember if I read the last few lines or just skipped them. That she's a judgmental know-it-all stuck in her edgy phase, and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way. You're not terrible. You are not your feelings. But you are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud. Fine. I am not my feelings. The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommates. You live in the same house, gotta see each other every day, and eventually you can ignore each other most of the time. You're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate, learn from each other, maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand? Blank. How do you know so much about this stuff? I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with. Yeah, that's probably a good way to put your analogy into work. Cool. Oh shit, she's actually coming out and saying that. Surprise! I don't know how to say that. And it's funny because now I'm realizing Yuri's the only one who doesn't know about it. Obviously, Monika knew about it. The first side story, I want to die, me too, those notes were really fucking sad. And then she goes and outs herself to Natsuki. But you're like the happiest person I know. I am, not my feelings. I want to be a good person like you. Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You, and Yuri, and Monika. And I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you. Natsuki remained silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside. How is this a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't though she was inflicted a wound after becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Also, I love how this story is about Monika and Yuri. And for the first day, it was just about Natsuki and Sayori talking about Yuri. Even though the next side story is literally about Natsuki and Yuri. I don't know why I just did jazz hands. Yuri, what are you doing way over here? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me. Oh, I'm not going to yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time, I won't just jump in and try to solve everyone's problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri calls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on. That's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second and manages to nod. Monika takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I just can't get away from them. What kind of negative thought patterns? Like, everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki. Oh, well, that's terrible. I don't think Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because Monika thinks back to the time where she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. and how a display of maturity from Monika was enough for Natsuki to revelate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally... Okay, here we go, number 9. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she can be really thoughtful and considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first, before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh? But that means the burden is on me, and I don't know how to say things that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, Yuri shakes her head and tugs on her hair. It's okay, Yuri, you don't need to beat yourself up. I think everyone would like Yuri. Everyone would like you if you got the chance to know that, if they got the chance to know you. Tiniest little smidge of coke was left in that. Needed to try to drink it. Unfortunately, the opposite is true. I'm not talkative anymore in the first place, because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. That's just what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said that she found me respectable when people spoke their minds, so I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayori and I like you. We've gotten to know you a lot by now. Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Blank. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. It's not what I meant, really. I was just wondering if you had an opinion on her. I do. And what is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I really feel ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. And my feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. But that doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things. Or we can, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. ... Yuri wears a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature. And so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri. I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills that don't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to, reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from thoughts. ... I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. It's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she gets so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it... Pause. How it reminds me of me. Because I know what I like to feel. I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when their peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when peace is disturbed, right? Because blank. The literature club should be happy for everyone. Monika looks at Yuri in adoration? Adoration? Admiration? There was no N, that's not a word. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me, because I really want to hug you now. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so... Monika pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle, and I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see this side of you. And I'm sure Natsuki will too. Blank. I'm going to write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea. Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forget to say all the important things I need to say and I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. People don't naturally gravitate towards me, like they do for Sayori. You and Sayori. My personality just isn't suited for that. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendship don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposites in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me, so that we can get along. I think it's the same with you. You both give me a lot of time and patience, and I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That they're a type of person or a magical formula I have to follow in order to make someone like me. And under that, just like me thinking that, always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them, and trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations of the literature club. Observations? Monika was caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monika never thought much of it, but in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to problems and concerns of others, always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monika are naturally more comfortable with other people, and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflecting and self-awareness. It's something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. Yay! I was about to say, I thought that was going to be over, and I was like, wait, we never got the CG for this. What's the CG for this one? Also, how long is this taking? This is probably the longest one because I had to go AFK halfway through it. A very shy girl with long curly hair is wandering and bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monika is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monika glances towards the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Yuri? What a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri squeaks a response. Please help me. What? Is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were in some kind of emergency. Monika briefly glances over her shoulders at her other friends. Do you want some help? We can go to an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad for taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. I promise we weren't doing anything. Oh, one sec. Monika trots back into her classroom and says something like, I gotta go to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before returning to Yuri. Alright, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monika as the two of them set off. How are you today? Me? Well, yes. Oh my gosh. I just got caught off guard. I'm doing well today. Just tired. I've never seemed to get enough sleep during the week. How come? I don't know. I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really stuck into things I start neglecting with time. Me too. I do that too. Hey, this classroom's empty. Let's go in here. After peering inside, Monika opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Pardon me. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monika pulls two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monika beckons her to take a seat. She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. We don't have to. We can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. It's my choice to do something good. I need to take initiative. Gosh, you really must be determined. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from the notebook. Then she picks up her pen. And there's the CG. Hey, you're left-handed. That's neat. Yeah. Now I don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monika playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. I'm sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyways, how about the start of listing the different things that you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. It's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday? But, never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. And then she writes the word reflection. This is about the reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but have been able to separately be friends with Sayori and Monika. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks. I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was worried about getting what I wanted, but I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So, what kind of things do you want to do for her? I want her to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the feelings I talk about and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously, and I like when you and Sayori trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm doing a good job at it. Even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write these things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that part of the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to tell somebody at all the things that you're doing wrong. I think first of all you have to make sure that they know you are ready to respect them and listen to them and admit the things that you feel you could do better. Then finally you ask what you would like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be a 3-paragraph or one for each point. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, stop it. You've done so much more than I ever have, you know? You've spent much more time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on that piece of paper. So, I think you're the amazing one. Monika gives Yuri a quick hand squeeze. But as she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers and hooks Monika's hand in place. Well, they sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Yesterday you told me something I'm thinking about a lot. What was it? The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, and that they just state of being we need to come to terms with. It made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decided to be. It's also made up their past. Oh my fuck! Made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that it helps me see other people as actual people rather than as insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. Is that how you felt about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy. Monika peers over Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri's a bit closer to partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it to help you out, you know. It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Now I'm actually putting it on paper, I'd realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to butt into this whole thing. I've done enough damage. But it's also been wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped. Has really helped me make sense of things. So, don't just call it damage, please. Monika gives Yuri a gentle smile. Blank. Fucking. Fuck. I can't believe I came into this club looking for fantasy geeks and all I got was real friends who value me. Is this a joke? Of course it is. I still can't tell with you. Sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Don't take that too literally, because, yeah. Probably best you don't take that too literally. The as you wish part specifically. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Will you be able to finish? Before the end of the day? Probably. But I don't want to come to the club on the same day that Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales. The two stand up. My That's 12. I'll message you when it's ready. Monika nods. Good luck. I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod and the two depart. With the end of reflection. Yep. With a picture. Oh. Okay, so I was right. We'll finish sites of reflection, so I now have all of the wallpapers. It's funny because the one I'm actually using as the wallpaper isn't even one of the wallpapers. Poems, I dare say this is probably going to be Yuri's note to Natsuki, which we'll obviously get in Self-Love. We got the scene from the Reflection side story. With one more from Self-Love, and I have no idea where the fuck these two are coming from. Anything else? Oh yeah, we got all the backgrounds. A small quiet stairwell where Yuri sometimes prefers as her reading location. So all the backgrounds have been unlocked. Oh yes, this background. Still missing the 3 concept arts and 80% of the photos. Cool. With that, we bring the total of our data collected up to 88%. And And at Steam, I don't think it's changed for a while because we haven't got a trophy for a while. Yeah! That's gonna end this here. I'm fucking tired. I need to go to bed in 8 minutes. That took way longer than I expected. How long did that take? Oh, just an hour and 15 minutes. Why not? Yeah, if you liked, leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more. And I will be back. What day is this? This is Monday. Monday? Yeah, tomorrow I'm posting another Batman video. Yeah, tomorrow I'm posting another Batman video. Wednesday, I'm still undecided if I'm posting a Danganronpa video or not, because I'm really scared about it due to the fact that Danganronpa is what actually got my channel deleted last time, but guaranteed. Oh wait, no, there's no challenge this Friday because I'm going camping. I have no idea when I will be streaming again. Probably the Monday for the next TDLC because, like I said, I'm going camping, so I won't actually be able to post the Saturday. Meaning, once again, TDLC gonna need to get a catch up on the Monday. And yeah, I swear at this point I should just move TDLC to the Monday. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. So, peace. Meaning, once again, TDLC gonna need to get a catch up on the Monday. And yeah. I swear at this point I should just move DDLC to the Monday. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. So, peace. Once again, DDLC gonna need to get a catch up on the Monday.